up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Latin Explaining. My name is Denise Gonzalez. For those who do not know me, for those who do, welcome again, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know this week has been insane in many, many ways. I see that Rakim, Johnny Mills, and Jose already started the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. And for the people that are watching on the replay, welcome once again to Latin Explaining. Like I said, this week has been a little bit crazy for me, so bear with me when it comes to the streams. But we are back and we're not going anywhere this starting this week. So every day, make sure you tune in. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss any of the episodes that I have coming up. Because trust me, this next week, especially Tuesday, we're coming with a very, 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 very special show. And Thursday is going to be our first Conspiracy Thursday. I did not want to start that this week because I wanted to put my full focus on that. So definitely this Thursday, we're going to start our Conspiracy Thursdays, where we're going to look deeper into the conspiracies of modern era and also the conspiracies of the past, and find out how much of truth is hidden behind them. So, without any further ado, guys, let's start discussing today's news. And I want to start with something that many people have been buzzing about, and that is Meta. The metaverse, yes, exactly how you see it. According to reports early this morning, and I know Mark Zuckerberg looks very sad in that picture. Basically, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, took the hardest hit in its history, falling 26.39% on the stock market, with which represented a loss, and brace yourselves, a loss of 320 billion, not million, billion dollars for Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, the highest ever in the US market. It's so big that it basically made history. This, and you might ask yourself what this happened. Well, this happened because it was a reaction to the news that Facebook lost 500,000 active daily users. The first time in record that Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has not grown in 18 years. According to Mark Zuckerberg, of course, because he's not going to take the loss, like, oh my God, it was something unexpected or whatnot. No, he put the blame basically on um TikTok. He basically said that the key factors are the huge growth of his rival platforms and Apple's privacy policy affecting monetization, which represented losses of approximately $10 billion. And he basically blamed TikTok for Hi Moon Chaser also. I saw somebody else. Oh no, that's that's also. Hi everybody that's coming in. As you come in, make sure you like this video. So basically, that's what Mark Zuckerberg said. He explained later that he plans to make some adjustments, okay, to Meta. And you guys know that, the whole thing about virtual reality is buzzing. And trust me, I'm going to bring you all the details. But because I am learning virtual reality myself, I'm going to bring a professional this next week. So make sure you tune in this Tuesday, because I am bringing you all the news related to what is virtual reality. Metaverse is not the only one out there, and we're going to discuss it with someone that knows way more than me, because my knowledge on the virtual reality thing is very limited so far. So if you want to know how to invest, if you want to know what virtual reality is, if you want to know anything regarding virtual reality, inside and outside of the metaverse, make sure you tune in this Tuesday at 4 p.m. So definitely, guys, that it's something that I know is affecting and hurting the pocket of Mark Zuckerberg, because of course, um, he is counting on this money more now than ever because he's still in the beginnings of what it will be the next step of social media, which is virtual reality. So get ready to see what will be Mark Zuckerberg's next crazy move in order for him to actually come up with the money. Because the last time I checked, the biggest loss in record in American history was that of Elon Musk back in November. I don't know if you guys remember when I reported on it. It was $35 billion. We've never seen $320 billion being lost in a single day. So definitely, I know Mark Zuckerberg's pocket is hurting right now. We'll see what happens. But to be honest with you, I don't see him recovering that fast simply because Facebook has right now a very strict quote unquote fact checkers that will block anything you say that doesn't agree with whatever narrative we're living through at that time. So therefore, I don't think people subscribe to that when they subscribe to Facebook. If you subscribe to that or you think different than me and you're watching the replay, make sure you let me know in the comments and I will respond to you and we can get the discussion popping. But moving into different topics, a petition has been approved to repeal the vaccination requirement for indoor spaces in Los Angeles City. I don't know if you guys remember, but this past weekend in the football game leading to the Super Bowl, we saw some of our favorite politicians, including the California governor and LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, both taking pictures with Magic Johnson, and San Francisco's mayor also maskless in a mass event, while they're forcing children to actually wear masks indoors, even though there's no proof whatsoever in science that this poses a risk for the kids. Now we have caught these people twice, not once, twice. We have caught our precious governor maskless in an event that's public. Do you agree with that? I personally don't. But let's look deeper into this petition. Basically, it says the Los Angeles City Clerk approved a petition for circulation Thursday that aims to have the City Council repeal its requirement that people show proof of vaccination against COVID-19 before entering certain indoor public spaces and outdoor mega events. According to the Los Angeles City Charter, the petition needs 15% of the total votes cast for the most recent mayoral election, which was held in 2017. If the petition receives enough signatures, but the city council does not adopt the ordinance, I'm sorry, it will be presented to voters. And this is something that, to be honest, I'm looking forward to. I'm so sick and tired of working out with a mask. So basically, once it's presented to voters, if it's up to us, it will only require less than 65,000 registered voters in LA to actually sign this petition and get it done so it can be filed within, and be approved. So basically, I don't know if you guys are excited as I am, because like I said before, I am so sick and tired of working out with a mask. I'm so sick and tired of having to show proof of vaccination everywhere we go. And to be honest, I don't see what's the point, because I don't care. I've got COVID, but if I get it again, I don't care if I get it from a vaccinated person or an unvaccinated person. I don't know if you guys care, but I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's the same virus. So definitely, guys, that is something that I definitely wanted to touch on. And to move into deeper waters, today we're going to talk about something that has been brewing in the background, and that is Puerto Rico is in trouble. Is Puerto Rico in trouble today? Yes, it is, because we know for a fact, as I presented to you guys Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. As I presented to you guys Tuesday, Puerto Rico's major departments and major public agencies have collapsed. We know the firefighters have collapsed, the police officers have collapsed, the police department, the Department of Education has collapsed, the health department has collapsed. So the actual this all these things have actually presented or basically brewed the proper and ripe environment for a mass protest, which will be called obviously a paro nacional, which is a national stoppage of everything that you're doing. And we're going to organize to see a revival of what we saw in 2017 during that summer. So definitely, we're constantly watching these things happen, but we don't know, like, hey, what does it work? To be honest with you, nothing works in the island of Puerto Rico. Any public agency has major issues. There are areas in public agencies that actually do function, but for its majority, a lot of things don't function. And one of the things that I wanted to touch on today was basically this massive protest. Okay. There's a lot of things happening with teachers in Puerto Rico right now. And one of the major things, you guys know, I come from a family of 11 educators. Hey, Introvert Boricua, what's up? There is a lot of outrage because, like I mentioned this past Tuesday, the Oversight Board actually demanded our politicians to basically adjust the debt. And that's something we're going to touch on later on. As you come in, guys, make sure you like this video and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I go live, you are here and you don't miss a second. So basically, what's happening right now is that teachers got a memorandum just the same way that, cops got like a while ago, probably like 2 3 years ago. We saw the police department be cut in half. Half of the force quit in the massive resignation of police officers in Puerto Rico because the Oversight Board took their retirement pensions. And if you were under 30 years or less, you were going to make shit money, basically. And I'm sorry that I have to put it that way, but that's basically what it was. Now they're doing it to teachers. And the same way we saw with police officers that, we went from 18,000 police officers employed under the police department on state level. Now we have only close to 7,000. So, of course, that's what we're seeing a lot of episodes where people are getting robbed or killed and whatnot because 7,000 police officers cannot take all this burden by themselves. So now the teachers, we know already that the schools, after the earthquakes happening in 2020, January 2020, a lot of schools collapsed in the south west region of Puerto Rico. So, of course, after that, none of those schools have been repaired. There's a lot of schools that are at risk. And when they were evaluated, they are not able to withstand any disaster, such as an earthquake, just like the schools that collapsed in the southwest area of the island. So of course we add that some of them have asbestos, some of them have other issues, some of them have holes in the ceiling. I presented a few, I think probably like 7 8 videos ago, how a teacher was teaching in high school and it started raining and it poured inside of the classroom like it was crazy, and it started flooding. And those are the conditions where teachers are teaching, and some of them are even putting money from their own pockets for materials and supplies for their own students. You add to that the fact that the base salary for any teacher in Puerto Rico, it's 1750 a month. And I did a very itemized something that was sent to me, and I want to share with you guys. I did um, an itemized list so that you guys can get basically like the whole picture of what's happening with teachers and how much they actually make. Okay. So if you're asking yourself what's going on, why they're complaining, well, basically they are demanding that this be solved. Basically, a teacher's reality in Puerto Rico is that their base salary before taxes is 1750. After taxes, it will be 1500. Now, you subtract mortgage and rent, and on average, it's $600. That leaves them with $900. You deduct the car payment, health insurance, power, water service, cell phone, groceries, hygiene products, and gasoline, and you end up with negative $700. $810. That is a teacher's reality today. And what people don't understand, because I see that there's a lot of bootlickers on actually on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, saying that teachers are whining and whatnot. This is the problem, is not just the money. They have been waiting for almost 20 years to have their salaries. I'm sorry, to have their salaries be raised, not to exactly, Jose, starvation wages. That's basically what they are having right now. So they have been waiting for a long time to have a pay bump that is adjusted to the actual inflation that the island has suffered, which is 10% in the last 10 years. It's 10% of inflation, but the wages remain the same. And now that, they gave the private sector a measly pay bump of $1.25 from $7.25 an hour that they were getting. Now they're going to get $9 beautiful dollars per hour. And that's not enough. If you think that is enough for the cost of living in the island, put a number one in the chat. If you think that $9 per hour before taxes is not enough, put a number two in the chat. I don't think it's enough. I've been to Puerto Rico. I left Puerto Rico and I was making way more than that, and I still don't have enough. And for the bootlickers that are out there talking a lot about why teachers are complaining, why they actually what they do for a living, I'm going to present something that is very sad. And I posted it on my Instagram. I believe it was yesterday. There is a teacher, apparently, well, not apparently, a teacher died in Cataño, Puerto Rico, after falling asleep behind the wheel going home from his third job that he needed to be able to afford the living cost of the island. This is not the reality just of one teacher, but thousands of teachers in Puerto Rico. So basically, guys, this is exactly why I'm advocating and talking about this right here. I do not know any teacher, not just the ones in my family. I don't know any teacher that actually doesn't have two or three jobs. My mom, for example, she is an educator and she teaches in school. She's a professional counselor and she also teaches in college just to be able to get by. So, of course, and I know that for a fact. I have a sister that also has a side job as a wedding planner. I have other friends that I have spoken to that are teachers and are security guards. Other people, that even happens with cops. Even when I went with MK to visit Puerto Rico, we actually met a cop that was working as a contractor on the side to be able to get by. In what world does that happen? Only in our island. That's what's happening right now in the island of Puerto Rico. And it saddens me to say that there is no way, you should be a hardworking person that's educated and a professional, and you have to unfortunately have this type of death because you're so tired that you cannot afford to sleep, and you fall asleep behind the wheel and you die because you're trying to do things right. So, as if that isn't enough, to give you a little bit more perspective, guys, the memorandum that has come down for teachers now, what basically is saying is that the same way that the Oversight Board took the retirement pension from the police officers that were doing less, that had less than 25 years in service, is now threatening the teachers' retirement. And the way it's happening is like, for example, we have teachers that are like top tier and they're making $2,700 a month. If they were to retire today, they're going to make $900,000 without this whole thing. However, once this memorandum or this whole adjustment and this old retirement fund cut gets into it, what's going to happen is that those teachers that were going to make 1,700 or 1,900 a month just to get by and keep, living their lives, they're going to do between $400 to $900. How do you live in an island that's so expensive with that little bit of money? I don't know. And this is why the teachers flew very seriously against all the threats from the governor and his secretary, demanding that they should not get paid if they protest. And basically, what they have done is that they grouped up in front of the Senate and actually started protesting. They didn't stop there. They actually also took their protest to the steps of the governor's mansion. And I'm going to show you a video about a girl that was there with her mother and her grandma also protesting to have this whole situation be taken care of. Give me 1 second, guys, and I'm going to translate for the people that don't know Spanish, so don't stress about it.
Vine con mi mamá y mi abuela.
¿Tú estás clara de lo que significa?
Sí, yo lo encuentro bien injusto que los maestros no tengan suficiente paga. Sin los maestros yo no pudiera estar hablando ahora mismo. Yo no pudiera estar escribiendo esto. Mi hermano está aprendiendo a escribir gracias a los maestros. Mi mamá ahora mismo solo tiene $12 en su cuenta bancaria. Mi cumpleaños el lunes que viene y no tiene suficiente ahora mismo ni para el bizcocho?
So basically, what she's saying is that she's there with her mom and her grandma and her little brother, and they're all protesting simply because her mom, right now, she got paid 3 days ago, according to the Department of Education's pay schedule. They got paid 3 days ago, and after paying all the things that she needs to pay, like her bills and stuff, she only has $12 in her bank account. And she's saying simple things like my birthday next Monday, she cannot afford to even buy a simple cake because she only has $12 in her pocket. And teachers deserve so much better because thanks to them, we're able to read, talk, and write the same way that everybody does so that we can continue with our lives and do better, become professionals, and do all the great things that we're supposed to do. So basically, that is the crisis that's happening right now with teachers in Puerto Rico. And that is not the only thing. If you want to see, it's not only affecting, because one thing that was said is like, oh, it's only affecting the students, and these teachers are doing this, and the third. Well, the Department of Education is so crappy in Puerto Rico that we had an incident this week that saddens me the most. A 9-year-old, if a 9-year-old radical, you always, man, a 9-year-old in Puerto Rico has been found dead by her mother. And the cause was, unfortunately, that she hung herself and she killed herself. This 9-year-old girl killed herself. And when investigators from the CIC actually started looking deeper into this case, this girl has been depressed because she has not been even able to have proper education. She has not been able to even attend school. Her resources were limited. Her mom was struggling too. There was a lot of issues surrounding her death. But this is what's happening with the childhood in Puerto Rico. It's being attacked left and right. And the problem is that it keeps being blamed on the teachers. But I want to ask you, do you think teachers are to blame when teachers are also in crisis? And do you think that in Puerto Rico right now, we should protest? Do you think we should kick out the governor like we did before? What do you think should happen? Because, like I said, no other agency is working right now. The Department of Education doesn't work. The Health Department doesn't work. The Police Department doesn't work. The National Natural Resources Department, you guys know for a fact, doesn't work. Nothing works. So basically, guys, this is what happens when rights get taken from us. Like I said before, if you love President Obama, that's speak for yourself. In my case, President Obama, even though he gave liberties to some people, he took our rights to vote for the people that will decide for our financial decisions. Therefore, now an oversight board, basically dictatorship, tells us what to spend. put us in these austerity measures that we cannot afford. So basically, they're telling us to leave. And we're going to see in the future a mass, and I'm saying next year, we're going to see a mass migration from young professionals that don't find it profitable to live and work in the island they love. Starting with teachers. There's a lot of thousands of teachers that are saying that they're going to resign because they're not going to work 30 years to retire on $500 pension after they have put so many years into that, because from your paycheck a lot of money gets taken on just to be put in that retirement fund. So you're not going to work all these years just to get $500 a month after you're old and you have wear and tear. So of course we have to believe these teachers. I see that Radical Latino says, well, Denise, if she stopped complaining and worried about her birthday and pray to the three roots and have kids, maybe, just maybe, she'll have all her things. Oh my God. So basically, Radical says, no process, no protesting, have kids. That's a solution. That is hilarious. Jose says $500 a month is a slave pension. Absolutely. What's up, Terrell? Yeah, it is something that it's so crazy. And like I stated before, I mean, it's imminent. Okay, this massive protest is about to happen. If you hear about it, you heard about it here first. That's my prediction. The only thing, in my opinion, and I'm gonna give my perspective in this whole thing, the only thing that's stopping right now this massive protest after Luma Energy devastating Puerto Ricans, after all these systems that have collapsed, after what we have seen with gringos coming in, buying our property, and then trying to sell it to us more expensive and taking some of our natural resources with it. The only thing that's stopping Puerto Ricans from doing this is very simple. And it's the fact that we have a governor that, even though he only had 33% of the support to win the election, what happened was that this man acts as if he's not the governor of Puerto Rico. If you think about it, every time something happens, he acts as if he's like a secretary of the governor, because he says, oh, like I have solidarity towards this group of people, or I'm, this is what needs to happen. But he doesn't do it. He acts as if he's not the governor. Therefore, people don't know where to put their outrage towards. So, of course, it's going to be very tricky for people to start waking up. And I think it's starting to happen, but not to be messed up. This is the reason why we said what we said during election time. It's time for us to take the election cards away from people that do not contribute to society, because unfortunately it's our elders, the convicts, and people on welfare that actually vote for these people, because obviously they're going to get federal funds directed to these three sectors of the island, and those people sway the elections just by being 33% of the island, because like I said, it's only 33% that supports these people, this governor and his party completely. Is not the majority of the island. 67% of the island did not support this man, because 67% of the island are hardworking people. So it's only the people that are not contributing to society, that don't have to pay taxes, that don't have to go to work, they are the ones that are supporting all this stupidity happening in the island. I see the Radical says $500 a month is what women should live on, and for her to get a good man and have kids. Radical. And then he says Logan Paul is being rejected to live in PR. Well, you know what? People don't necessarily like the Paul brothers to be in the island for many reasons. They did not had a great start, and they have been trying their hardest to actually make up for it by helping Amanda Serrano, by trying to interact a little bit more with us, but it's just not happening, guys. So I wanted to bring that perspective to you guys, and just to lighten the mood, let's just keep it moving to That's right. Let's just get into our music and media. And to say the least, I am going to share with you guys something that it has been I know a lot of people have been buzzing about, but it's my time to buzz about this, okay? One of our dearest YouTubers have started a very, very, very interesting, that super fire documentary. This is the first part of his documentary. I'm gonna play you guys the trailer for it. I had the opportunity to watch it. I don't know if you guys did. If you have not watched it, this is the time to actually go and watch it.
Haitian perspective, it might be different, the story, when you hear from a Dominican.
Y haitianismo en la República Dominicana siempre nos hacen volver a los elementos históricos que dieron origen a esto.
It's another false idea that Haiti did a revolution, but Jamaica fought a lot more than we did.
So you guys saw it. Radical Latino, as you heard, is working on a series of four parts, I believe, of a documentary that it's amazing. If you have not watched it, it's called Open Wounds. Go to Radical Latino. I'm gonna link below. If you're watching the replay, in the description box, I'm going to put a link to Open Wounds. This is an amazing documentary that explains the whole history of La Española. If you don't know what La Española is, then make sure that you go to Radical Latinos and watch Open Wounds. I had the opportunity to watch it. It was amazing. I can't wait for part two. If you love this, make sure that you let him know in the comment section in Open Wounds part one. Now, guys, moving a little bit from this whole entertainment or music and media, you guys know that we're going to talk about Carol G, Anuel AA, and Jailin Más Viral, but that's going to be for later. One thing that I wanted to announce is that La Rosalia is back. She's now she released today, basically, Moto Mami, and this is going to be her album. The first track is out today and it's called Saoko. So basically, if you have not watched Saoko, make sure that you go to Rosalia's channel. I in my reviews, I listened to it and I'm gonna say I would rate it in my personal Latin explainer meter from 1 to 10. I would rate this a 6. And the reason why I rate it a 6 is because I love reggaeton. You guys know I love Rosalia as well and all of her music. However, this song to me is a little bit of a miss because it contradicts itself a little bit and the lyrics are not as nice as I would love to be. But I mean, it's still good to listen to. It's not like it's a crap song, but it's not the best Rosalia has put out, and that is just the way it is. Another pair that is doing great music together after his success in Spain is Mike Towers. Mike Towers is partnering up with Enrique Iglesias, the Spaniard Enrique Iglesias, the interpreter of Bailamos, and is actually making a new track with him. So stay tuned for that also. Another person that's putting out music this week is Becky G, which Baila Así. And if you have not watched the song and the music video, go ahead and watch it. I actually like this one a lot. If I'm going to rate this one, I think this one will be a 7, not like the 6 that Rosalia got, but this is a 7 because of course it's not like a song for ages. It's not something we're going to be singing in 10 years, but it's actually fun to listen to. And Last but not least, another person that put out music was the Querendon, the Papi Chulo, Ricky Martin, the baby of Puerto Rico. He put out a new song called Another Night in LA, Otra Noche en LA. And actually, in the Latin splaining meter, I will give this song. Unfortunately, I am sorry, Ricky. We love you. I love La Vida Loca. I love La Copa de la Vida. I love everything. But unfortunately, for me, in my taste, this song has a 4. Why is not Ricky's best? Is not necessarily uh, uh well, I mean, everybody knows Ricky Martin is literally the most beautiful man on earth. I mean, it's not like somebody I would marry if in a bizarre alternate universe he wasn't gay and I was single and I could meet Ricky Martin, and he will want me. I would not marry him because he's not my taste. But he is beautiful. Come on. You cannot say Ricky Martin is not the most beautiful man on earth. He's perfect, okay? He's aging perfectly, and he has all of his features are symmetrical. So he is. Look at Radical. He's like, did you just say Spain? I take my props. So definitely, Ricky Martin, Otra Noche en LA. Look, from Ricky Martin's recent music, I would recommend Tiburones, which is basically sharks. And that is actually a great song. I loved it. If you have a partner and, relationships go through rough times or times that are not as great, that song, when I listened to it, made me tear up a little bit. Okay. And you guys know, I mean, I'm a little bit emotional, so I don't count. I get it because I cry for everything. But to be honest with you, that song is beautiful. So if you want to listen to a great Ricky Martin song that's recent, Tiburones is my suggestion. So definitely, guys, that has been all for music and media today. And like I said, check out Radical Latinos part 1 of Open Wounds. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. Now let's keep this show moving, guys. First of all, I'm going to say I am excited because we found out today that Roberto Clemente is going to be in the list of the 400 best MLB or baseball players of the world. Which place he's going to rank, we will know in the next days. But I am super proud, not only because he was Puerto Rican, but because Roberto Clemente meant so much for Latin America. And we know we tragically lost this man during one of the most beautiful seasons of the year. But I just wanted to share those news with you because since we're talking about sports, and I know Radical's gonna grill me for this, but speaking another person that I know a lot of Latinos like myself, we are fans of him, even though he's from Spain. Is Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal, against all odds. I don't know if you guys watched this tournament for the Open. Rafael Nadal won his Grand Slam by setting a new record after beating Daniil Medvedev. I don't know if I said that right. If I didn't, forgive me. He won in a 2-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4, and 7-5 in an Australian Open final. And basically, this one goes to history. The Spaniard topped the previous men's record of 20 Grand Slam titles he held alongside Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Jovic, who is the top winner in Australian Open history, was denied entry to the country after his visa was revoked. You guys know all of this stuff. So, of course, we will never know if he would have won against Rafael Nadal. But in which order would you place these 3 tennis players now, in the GOAT conversation? Do you think Federer, Nadal, and Jovic? I don't know. Djokovic. I always, oh my God, I don't know. But you guys know that I am bilingual, like I said, so be more lenient with me. But I am excited for Rafael Nadal because I have seen him in many, many, many tournaments. He always knows how to bring the energy. So to be honest with you, this is a very well deserved win for Rafael Nadal, and we're very happy for him. Now, I know that you guys are waiting for it, and I am also all here for it. Let's move to the juicy, the bochinche, the chisme, because I know that's what you guys like, huh? You guys love the bochinche, and I am here to tell you all the freaking details about it. Let's go, guys. Every time I listen to that damn clown. But guys, you guys know why you're here. Aside from Puerto Rico is in trouble, aside from news, aside from hearing from me, today we're going to discuss Anuel AA's new bebesita. And if you don't know who I'm talking about a lady called Jaylene. Jailin is a Dominican trap singer that is upcoming. She has 20 years old right now, and she is Anuel's new girlfriend. Initially, you guys know that Anuel and Karol G got together back in 2018, and they were not the most loved couple at the beginning, but after a while, every single one of us loved this couple so much because it was to me like Romeo and Juliet. You know, you have this dude that comes from like the criminal spectrum and this girl that's like all shiny and all like, you know, cute and whatnot, and they got together and make like this odd juxtaposed but very cute couple. And eventually last year during the summer, they announced that they had not been together for several months after being engaged for over a year. So basically, we were thinking like they're gonna get back together. You know, they will stay together, and you know they're going to overcome this. Well, it turns out that there were rumors back in November that Anuel AA was with Jailin La Más Viral on a story that she posted. At the time, Jailin La Más Viral only had 200K followers, but after this whole situation, she's almost at 3 million followers. Now, when the rumors emerged for this relationship, this started in January, okay? But before January, one thing that I want to point out is that after this was rumored in November, in the late November, Karol G gave a concert in Puerto Rico where Anuel AA pops out of nowhere in a surprise, and it's telling her that that he loves her, that you know he wants to be with her, blah 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 blah. He's seen in Mexico even saying to the public, "Hey, let's just help me sing to see if Karol G forgives me." All while he was rumored to be with Jailin La Más Viral. So if you want to see what happened when he was in Puerto Rico, I am about to show you because Karol G was in December giving this concert in Puerto Rico. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, let's hear what Karol G had to say and what happened.
Y ni siquiera por algo más rico. A veces no te cambian por algo mejor. Y ni siquiera por algo más rico.
As you guys can tell, she was basically hinting that Anuel, you guys know that she made a song with him called Culpables, I believe, that says, you know, they don't change you for something better, just something that, you know, is more delicious. And she basically said, sometimes they don't change you for something better and not even for something more delicious. Now, a lot of people I know have criticized Jailin La Más Viral because she's not the most beautiful girl. She doesn't even have her natural hair. She has had over 15 surgeries to enhance her, but I have to say it. She has had lip injections, and you know she's a little bit on the fake side. But I mean, If that wasn't enough, Anuel proposed to Jailin, I believe last week. He proposed to her and he loved her. Back in January, after a month of dating, he said that he loved this woman. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I think love takes a long time. But Carol G had something to say about this, and I'm going to show you guys what she said. You be the judge. Do you think that she was telling the truth? Let's see. Basically, Carol G is hinting that Jailin La Más Viral basically got into the relationship in between them and took him from her. And a lot of people have been buzzing for more than 7 months that Anuel AA cheated on his bebesita Carol G with somebody else. And a lot of people hinted that it was Nati Natacha, that it was this, it was that, but nobody knew who it was. And apparently, it was Jailin La Más Viral. I don't know this for a fact. I'm just going based on what has happened during the timeline. But it's odd to me that while you're having a relationship with a person, you go to your ex and beg her for forgiveness, say that you love her, and she says sometimes they don't change you for something better, not even something more delicious. And then she claims or hints at the fact that her man was taken from her. So Anuel at this point is engaged to Jailin La Más Viral after a month of dating, or basically what we don't know. Probably it's several months, but basically that is what's happening. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching the replay, if you think that Anuel was smart, if you believe that he cheated with Jailin La Más Viral. What do you think? Because I've heard a lot of stuff. A lot of people are saying that he had panty juice and that's why he's so in love with Jailin. A lot of people are saying that she did some brujeria on him, which is witchcraft. So basically, I don't know what to believe. If you think that she did some brujeria on him, let me know. But Introvert Boricua is saying, eso es un enchule que no dura. El tipo está muy impresionado por las partes plásticas. He basically saying that he is impressed by the plastic and this is not going to last. Well, we don't know. As far as now, Jailin La Más Viral is an engaged woman. What I see, and I'm going to be very honest, I don't like Jailin because I think she is ghetto. My thing is that people, at this point, this girl is 20 years old. She's literally 20 years old. And a lot of people are pouring their nasty comments towards this girl. Like a lot. And I get it. They're like saying that she bleached herself, that she has had so many surgeries. I'm gonna show you guys Jailin La Más Viral, that she has bleached herself, that she don't look right, that they have said a lot of things about this girl. And to be honest, like I said, this girl is only 20 years old. I get it. She might not be someone that to your taste is beautiful, but if Anuel like it, we love it. That let these people live in peace. Like if she wants to be with him, then let him. Another thing that has happened is that Anuel AA, people are rumoring, okay, because Anuel AA was a little bit on the crying side. He had his Karol G tattoo removed from his back. He had a huge tattoo of him and Karol G kissing, and people are saying that Jailin forced him to have it removed, and people are saying that basically she wanted to be replaced. Now, like I said, I think this girl is on the ghetto side for me. I don't necessarily like her like that, but I don't think she's an ugly chick. I think she's attractive to a degree. I think that, yes, she's too enhanced for my taste. I think this is too soon, of course, but as you can see, Anuel loves her very much right now, and he's massaging her after her surgery to enhance her butt, and they are a happy couple. they're happy together, and it's time for us to move on. Not everything is going to be Carol G, Carol G, Carol G. He loves this chick now, and this is his new girlfriend. And as I said before, that a lot of people criticize was the fact that you guys need to understand, aside from Carol G, Anuel AA, aside from Carol G, Anuel AA is basically a guy that raps about a lot of violence, drugs, and whatnot. And I get it. A lot of people love it. Trust me, he is my inspo when I'm working out. So of course, yeah. But what kind of chick do you guys expect him to be with? Like, aside from Carol G, what else can he aspire for? This is the girl that he wants to be with, and I don't think it's fair that we start comparing Jailin with Carol G, like we're seeing right here. But this is Jailin la más viral. This is Carol G. I'm not going to say who is more beautiful because, of course, I don't like to do women like that. I just think, like I said, every woman has their beauty. I don't think they are to be compared. They're two different types of women. But I think that Jailin is more enhanced, and it doesn't necessarily look on the best side. So, of course, when it comes to like body wise, Carol G, even though she has some surgery, Carol G is more natural, and it's, more on the quote unquote pretty side. So, guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this? That has been all for today. I hope that you guys enjoy this show. I'm trying to keep this under an hour. Tomorrow I will be here as well. So make a little bit of room for me. I'm going to be here at 4 p.m. And it's Pacific time. So definitely, guys, make sure that you tune in. Also, remember, Tuesday, we're going to discuss all this virtual reality thing so that you can understand everything, so that you can start investing when it's cheap. Also, so that you can learn how to own real estate, how to own things, how to create a lot of stuff in the virtual reality, which is what I believe to be the next step for social media. Now, guys, if you think that this chick, Jailin Mas Viral, is more suitable for Anuel, if you think that they're gonna end up together, also let me know in the comment section. Remember, I'm gonna link below Radical Latinos Open Woods documentary. So make sure you tune in and let him know what you think about his documentary. Thank you very much, guys. This has been another episode of Latin Explaining with Denise and my daily news. I see you guys tomorrow.